This is Sean Plouffe from Hitterish.com. Today I want to talk about how to stay inside the ball and through the baseball. I want to talk about the evolution of the swing and what's kind of happened in the modern ages versus back in the day. So sometimes you'll watch clips from really early on in the years of baseball where catchers stood up and a lot of pitches came, chest high. And you developed terms like swing level, and you have swings that were much flatter. Whereas nowadays, in the major leagues, you pretty much have a strike zone that's from the waist to the knees. So the swing has evolved to handle that and to still be able to drive these balls that are lower in the zone and keep them off the ground. So what you also get with that is a swing that can better stay inside the baseball and through the baseball. So let's take a look here. This is Joey Votto. This is something you'll see from him. This is not a one-time thing. This is what he does, and he does it very well. His swing plane is what I call very vertical, right? So like the barrel's way below his hands. The hands stay up, barrel goes down, the shoulders tilt, the bat's level with the shoulders. And the bat's pretty much at a 45-degree angle, if not steeper than that. And what this allows him to do is to, again, keep this ball off the ground and stay through the ball. So it's not just contact, it's all the way through here. Look how far his shoulders are tilting, the hands stay back, and he's approaching this ball from underneath the baseball. He's kind of getting down, getting behind, and really forcing this ball up into the opposite field. Makes a really nice shape in the arms, really nice bat path. This is how you stay inside the baseball. Okay? If he were to level out his swing plane, he would not stay inside this baseball and he would not hit to all fields as well as he does. If you look at guys that hit to all fields, you have Miguel Cabrera, Mike Trout, Ryan Howard, Matt Kemp. All these guys have very steep swing planes, and this is what I mean by steep: is the hands stay up, the barrel comes down, they drop their back shoulder pretty much as far as it can go, and this allows them to really stay behind and through. So this whole path right here, notice how the pat is going out towards the pitcher, right? Or out away from the body. Instead of just turning left right away, you have this period here where the bat's coming from behind him out through the ball this way, right in through here. Now eventually the bat does turn left, or right in his case, he's a lefty. Eventually the bat turns and the hands roll over. But you see how extension happens out towards the pitcher? This type of swing adjustment is necessary to hit the all fields. Some more clips of Votto here. I mean, really force this ball to the opposite field. This is what staying inside the ball is forcing the ball. I'd say even on this swing, he forced it a little too much. I'd like to see him just pull this ball because the fence is a lot shorter to the pull side. But you get this pitch down the middle or middle in. Typically, you want to hit that to the pull side gap. But when you're talking about the best hitter in the world, or one of the best, he can do this, right? He can force this ball the opposite field, and he can really get down in here. Notice the barrel's below the baseball at this point. Really force this ball the opposite field. This is how you stay inside the baseball. And we talked about the hands going out towards the pitcher, right? Same kind of deal. Here's a good look at the bat path and how it should look. A lot of coaches are teaching to swing down on the ball and stay over top of it, and that's just not what happens in a major league swing, or in a successful major league swing, I should say. And it's not just a home run thing. This is also for line drives. You need to be able to match plane with the pitch. So here you see the bat's obviously on an upward path through the ball. And he squared this ball for a home run. This is not a pop-up. This is not a one-time thing. This is squared up for a home run. And at a trajectory that's advantageous for hitting the ball as far as possible. And there's a ton of value in hitting the ball as far as possible for anyone at any size or any age. Came across this drill. This is the 2T drill. I did this when I was younger. I was taught this and that this was right. And this kind of bat path could not be any more wrong. The barrel stays above the baseball and doesn't get behind the baseball. And this is really just very elementary talk here, is just matching plane with the pitch. I mean, there's so much more to what I teach in the field of recreating the movement patterns of the best hitters in the world. And if you can't get past this, we're not off to a good start. So this is not how you hit a baseball. This is not how you successfully get the bat behind the baseball for a long time or stay inside or any of those things. And he hit a ground ball, right? You're out. There's nothing good about this swing at all. You're out. Here's Miguel Cabrera. Yes, he's hitting a home run, but you know what? I promise you, take a look at him. Every single line drive he's ever hit will also show this exact same path. The bat's behind the ball back here. And that's the way it should be. That's what part of what allows him to be so successful. Ted Williams, same thing. Now he wrote about this in 1971. If you haven't read his book, please do so. It's called The Science of Hitting. His barrel will clearly hit this tee, and it's way back. This is as far separated as you can possibly put the tees in this drill. And I'm telling you that he is as successful as he was because his barrel hits this back tee. This is not dropping the hands. This is not collapsing or any of those things. The hands stay up, chest high. The barrel drops behind the baseball. Swing stays tight through the ball. And finally, we'll finish off here. This is Miguel Cabrera from the front. Again, staying inside the baseball. This pitch is thigh high, drops the shoulder down in there, stays behind the baseball and through the baseball. Some coaches would look at this and say that he doesn't get his back hip through. I disagree with that. He's definitely not squishing the bug. But when you swing more vertical like this, what you'll typically see is the hips won't open as far. And they don't have to because the swing is happening vertically. When you swing very horizontal and level, the hips will open up farther. But with this kind of bat path where it stays behind and through the baseball this way, you're just not going to see these guys open up as far. That means Matt Kemp, Adrian Gonzalez, Mike Trout, Miguel Cabrera. These guys swing more vertical through the zone, stay inside the ball, keep the ball in the air, and again, they don't turn the hips as far. That's okay. I can remember in the playoffs a few years ago, commentators, criticizing Cabrera for not getting his hips through. Well, you know what? I promise you, he uses his lower half just fine. Please subscribe to the channel. Again, this has been Sean Plew from Hitterish.com. Catch you next time.